we've had this £28 for.
Oh, I missed a clip.
You can't talk. How was your recast last night?
£30 10 ounce.
Oh, little and often.
Side cast.
Right, we're back on the bank. You join us up in Oxford. We are back on the field Syndicate, and today we are doing another carp experiment. We're going to be testing the theory of heavy baiting in the autumn, and does it work? So one of us is going to be using some heavy bait technique, one of us is going to be using a little and often technique, and we're going to see which one produces the most fish.
So while we go for a little lap of the lake and try and locate some carp, why don't you comment down below, let us know what do you reckon is going to win, heavy baiting or little and often. And while you're there, smash that subscribe button and check us out on the social media platforms at the bottom of the screen.
Right, let's have a walk around and find some.
Let's do it.
Go on!
Right then, as you might be able to see behind me, the house is out and the rods are out, and we're taking a little break in the wet weather to give you a bit of an update. So after our walk around, we decided to drop into 2 swims. I'm in the scaffolds and Shaun's dropped into in between, so they're about 30 yards apart, and just to keep those variables the same, and we're going to fish at a very similar range as well. So bait wise,
Yeah, so bait wise, I've decided to go with the heavy baiting.
yeah,
So I've put in a good bucket of bait, boilie and pellet, as that's the rules on here. Hugh's using the same type of bait, but he's not using as much. He's sort of going to do it little and often, I think starting with about maybe 10 spods, 12 spods or thereabouts. So a considerable difference in the quantity of bait. I mean, it took me a long time to spod the bait out. I've not put that much bait out for a while.
yeah, I was quite happy having a brew at the time you were still going. So,
but I definitely put the spod rod through its paces today. But it's going to be interesting anyway to see, isn't it, mate, which one produces the most bites, if any. You know, we might not have anything, to be honest, but the weather's looking quite nice for it. It's quite mild, we've got a lot of rain, and it's quite stormy, so it's not normally ideal conditions on here, but I actually think we might be in with a chance of a few. So
yeah, definitely, I reckon we got a good chance, especially going into the hours of darkness. Rig wise, we're going to stick with what our preferable rigs are. Obviously confidence is key when carp fishing, and yeah, we're not going to change those up just for the sake of the video as such. So yeah, we're going to stick with what we're ever faithful in.
yeah.
But yeah, late afternoon now, probably going to rain again in a second, and we'll get the cameras away, get the hatches down, and hopefully something happens in the night.
Fingers crossed. Come on!
Obviously I'll catch first.
Yeah, all right.
You find me in my brolly with letterbox style, like I have been all afternoon, trying to avoid all this wet weather front that's been coming through. Probably got an hour of light left. Seen very little so far, but fingers crossed as the light drops and through the hours of darkness it kicks off, and at least one of us can have a fish and we can get this experiment underway. But you're either going to see us in the night, or I guess in the morning looking a little bit wet, soggy and sad. Let's see.
Right, happy days, what a result. So it's been a bit of a tricky day trying to get the rod sorted in the weather, and I've had a few things go wrong, but the first bite on the spot, £30 10 ounce. So well happy with that. Potentially a new 30 for the lake, which is always nice to see. The fish are coming through really well. So yeah, absolute result that is. This one's come over a load of the DNA bug, and it was on a 12mm bug snowman presentation on the faithful D rig. So what a result. Well, I'm well happy with that. Nice result. First bite off the spot. Still got a good bit of time ahead of me, so hopefully it's a sign of a few more. But then again, if it's the only bite, it's a 30-pounder, so I'm not going to knock that. But hopefully Hugh will have one next, and hopefully I'll have a 30.
Probably be a double.
Anyway, happy days. Let's get her back and have a brew. Go on. Go on. Yeah.
Get them. So it's about 11:30. Middle rod's just gone rattling off. We've had this 28.4. Didn't realise it was quite as big as it was until it was in the net, or on the sling at least. But yeah, happy days. Little 12mm pink bug pop up has done the business. Rod's back out there, 3 more spots over the top. Fingers crossed for another one. Right, well there you go, there's the other side. Wicked fish. Happy days. That's going to be a 30 next year.
It's got a really cool tail. The top lobe is small and the bottom lobe is massive. It's got massive pecs.
Unique, isn't it?
It's the right unit. Right, there we go then. Fish number 2 for me. Just over the 20-pound mark, 20 pound 10 ounce. Lovely condition fish. Come on the same rod, middle rod, bang in the middle of the baited spot. So it looks like the fish are having a bit of food. I ended up having a right disaster after having this fish, and after a recast managed to take out my other 2 rods. So I've spent the last God knows how long trying to sort that out. But yeah, nice fish. Nice to have another one on the score sheet. Let's slip her back and get a bit of sleep because I'm knackered.
So you join us with a very weak looking brew, which is very much like Hugh's physical condition. Yeah, the big gun's got to do the big lifting with the beating, so you know.
Put that weight behind you.
Like, oh, little and often, oh, little and often.
Sidecast.
Oh, my arm hurts. I just put a spot out.
I'm sorry, let's just go back to the fish. Oh, my toe hurts. What? What?
Oh, I missed a clip.
You can't talk. How was your recast last night?
And after a recast managed to take out my other 2 rods.
Right, morning then, just having the first brew of the day, and it's a well-deserved one. We've had a pretty productive night. So, I kicked it off with the first bite to the heavy baiting, and I actually had a cracking 30-pounder. I think it's probably a new one as well for the fishery, which is always nice to see. But yeah, I kicked it off with that fish, lovely fish, put up a really good scrap, and yeah, I was well chuffed with it, mate. And then I think you might have had one, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple of hours later then, so we got into the bags. I was fast asleep and the middle rod's gone racing off, and yeah, I've had that 28, so once again, you know, good stamp of fish really. And yeah, it was nice to have a good scrap under the rod tip. And then back in the bag, well, I topped up with 3 spobs, which was a bit of a pain in the pitch black that it was, but yeah, we've got to get the bait back out there when you're baiting little and often. And yeah, I was woken up again after a good little doze by yourself with another one.
Yeah, definitely. I had another fish, scraper 20 pound 10 ounce. Lovely to have another bite again. Seems the heavy baiting's working. To be fair, I was surprised I had the first bite. I thought it was going to be Hugh because he had less food out there, obviously less chance, more chance of him finding a hook bait quicker. But it turns out maybe the big bait pulled him in and got him feeding a bit more confidently. But yeah, it's a nice result. At the moment, I'm obviously in the lead. Happy days. And obviously, I get extra bragging rights for catching a 30. But there's all to play for going forward, isn't there, mate? So,
yeah, we've got a couple more hours left. So yeah, comment down below. Do you reckon I'm going to claw it back and either pull for the draw or at least maybe take the lead? Or do you reckon Shaun's going to, you know, keep on with his lead or maybe even pull it away even further? So yeah, comment down below, Hugh or Shaun. And I guess bait-wise, yeah, go on, you can talk about that.
So obviously I'm fishing heavy baiting. We've basically gone for the same mix to keep it as fair as we can. So I've stuck a bucket load in. We're using DNA bug boilies and then the Maxi Cray pellets. Hugh's fishing exactly the same mix, just not as much of it, just putting a little bit in now and then, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. I'll just put in 10 to start and then 3 after that fish. And yeah, I guess one thing to mention is we've absolutely laced it in some of the spod soap just to help drop it down to the bottom of the lake bed. And yeah, give it that carpet of goodness. So yeah, like I say, we've got a couple of hours left or so. I'm going to slurp these quite milky teas down. I do apologise. And
it's terrible, to be honest.
It is terrible. We're going to chuck it away in a minute.
Yeah.
But
He's basically done it for effect, so it looks cool when we're doing a video.
Burnt my lip as well, so it's not funny. It's not big. It's not clever. But yeah, we're going to sort of see what can happen over the next couple of hours, and fingers crossed another one before we go. Right then, as you might be able to tell from the barrier behind me, that is the end of the session, end of the experiment, and I'm going to have to admit defeat, I'm afraid. The heavy baiting has won, not only with the most fish, but also the biggest fish, so fair play, Shaun, a good result. But yeah, hopefully you've got something out of this video and it's been of interest to you. If it has, let us know either in the comments or by hitting that like button.
And if there's anything you'd like to see us do in future experiments, then please let us know. Give us an idea of what we could do, what you guys want to see, and we will try and get that done. Now, we're hoping to hit 5k by the end of this year. It's a little bit of a target for us, so please smash that subscribe button. And also check out our social media shown below now, which we do post on regularly. Hopefully you have enjoyed that video.
Yeah, and then if you're getting out on the bank, make sure you enjoy your fishing and be lucky.
Oh, little and often.
Psychcast.